To Rustler Gym for the Porter's Tailgate pregame show. Here's John Gabrielson.
Welcome you into a Tuesday evening of Rustler basketball, taking on the 6th-ranked undefeated Snow College Badgers this evening. Good afternoon. I'm John Gabrielson alongside Joel Kindle, Wyatt Barichka with us as we get ready for a second time around with Snow College. The first time around, it was a 12-point Snow victory, 80-68 at Snow College. Coach Schmidt, in the pregame, you'll hear him say, we're a much different basketball team. They've had some addition by subtraction, perhaps, if you go that way, with personnel. They've played a lot. They've gotten some success, especially last weekend on the road. But then you got to look at a team that is Snow College as well, that has been very tough in their 11-0 record, ranked 6th in the country, obviously.
And they certainly had our number as of late as well. In fact, talking about that game, they lost 80-68 on the 14th of November. The coaches actually, that game, in his mind, was closer than that. It just had a quick turnaround, and it just ended up being a 12-point game. But they are what they are at the same time.
Yeah, this is the Porter's pregame show here on Rustler Media, and a big thanks to Wyatt Barichka, who's helping us out on the graphics end of things on one stream, and then, of course, Amanda Nikoloff and the new media crew working, and Noah Marshall is up here in the box, and I believe that it is Skylar Anderson is our director in charge today on the student broadcast. One anomaly that came out of that first time around with those two teams, that I just talked with Coach May about this from Snow College. I asked him a lot of the stuff. Okay, who's starters, who's not here? Tell me a little bit about the team, that kind of thing. I said, what's up with Central not shooting a single free throw in the game at Snow? And he said, I am as shocked as anybody. He said they did shoot a lot of threes, so it wasn't like they were driving a lot. But to not see a single free throw in a college men's basketball game was pretty interesting. And he said he was shaking his head in disbelief as much as anybody. Snow hit 15 of 20. Central did not go to the line in that ball game.
Oh, I bet he appreciated the question.
And he knew the spirit in which I asked it, obviously, because there's a lot of things that go into 40 minutes.
Did the interview end right about there then, did it? Or?
Oddly enough, no. Thanks to Andrew May for talking with me. He's in his second season at Snow College, and you know, you talk about a grueling preseason. How about a grueling season for what they have to do in Region 18 with Southern Idaho, with Slick and Utah State Eastern, and add in North Idaho to the mix now, and forget grueling preseason. It's a grueling season for these teams.
Yeah, I guess you can, one way to look at it is metal sharpens metal too, you know, so whoever comes out of that is certainly a battle-tested team when tournament time rolls around.
Rustlers come in with a 6-6 mark after 2 big road wins this weekend and 3 big wins in a row against Region 9 South opponents, beating NJC on the home floor last week on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and then taking care of business on the road as they won at Otero. First time they've beaten Otero in their 3 tries, and then also beat Lamar on Lamar's home floor. So big wins to Coach Brad Schmidt and company, and then they'll take on the 2 frontrunners of the Region 9 South this Friday and Saturday down in Sterling, Colorado, when they play McCook. And I think the frontrunner of Region 9 North or South is Trinidad State.
Interesting, too, you mentioned the third time they played that team. And this surprised me, because I was talking to you before we got on mic, how many times we played Snow College, which is 15 times. It's just hard to believe that. And the last few have not been fun.
Yeah, the last 10 in a row have belonged to the Badgers. It is the 16th meeting between these two teams since 2008. Central won the first 5. Snow has won the last 10 in a row.
And can I mention a side note to that is they were coached by, well, a couple of years ago, a gal on our team. We had Abby Wilson on our girls team, our women's team, and had her career cut short with concussions. And her father-in-law was the coach of that team for much of those 10 wins. And in fact, she married a player from that team as well. And so it's, I can't think of her name now, but Abby, if you're listening, we miss you here. And hopefully the concussion problems that continued for after basketball have certainly diminished and gone away, we hope.
This is your Porter's pregame show brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. We'll take a minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have an interview with the head coach. Brad Schmidt joins us next. This is Rustler Basketball on Rustler Media.
Rustler Sports On Air are brought to you in part by Porter's Supply of Riverton, offering grills, spas, fire pits, gas stoves, wood-burning stoves, and Green Mountain pellets. They are located at 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton. Details can be found online at portersmvs.com. Thanks to Porter's Supply for the sponsorship of tonight's pregame show.
Introducing the Rustler Cattle Company Podcast, part of the Rustler Podcast Network at Central Wyoming College. Explore the world of meat science with instructor Amanda Winchester and guests for the latest in agriculture and meat science. Whether you're a pro or just curious, the podcast offers insightful discussions and industry updates. Check it out at cwc.edu and search podcast. Subscribe, share now, and be part of the cattle and meat science community. Find it on all major podcast platforms. And don't forget to follow the Rustler Cattle Company on Facebook.
Family on me. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Driving Marbury kicks it out. Jaden Warren high arcing. Triple is gone. Talking with head coach Brad Schmidt, and we talked about it a little bit earlier this week, but just what a big weekend was. I told the guys yesterday it's the first time that CWC has beaten Otero. I mean, it's a short history, but it's the first time that they've beaten Otero, and to do it at their place and then to beat Lamar at their place would just kind of makes it that much bigger of a weekend for you guys. And we add into the game the NJC win. I mean, it just keeps rolling.
Well, that's pretty cool that we've never won at Otero. You know, I was telling the guys that was the first time in my 6 years as the head coach we've traveled south and played there. So, and that was the first time, ironically, that I've even played Otero at all, which is it's pretty wild to think about.
Yeah, we in our region and everything.
Exactly, John. You know, so like, you know, I was aware of how good Otero's been. I was aware that it was going to be a tough place to play, but I didn't quite understand it until I talked to some other Region 9 coaches. And then, you know, as we headed to Lamar on Saturday, I was going through their stuff for scout, and they were 6-0 at home. They had not lost a home game. They've lost on the road. They've lost neutral site games, but Lamar was 6-0 at home. And, you know, so winning that game, too, and holding the lead for 39 and a half minutes. I mean, they came out 2-0, and then we went on a 10-0 run, and then we never relinquished the lead. You know, it was an impressive weekend for my guys.
I just kept waiting for you to pull away in that game, and it didn't happen. I'm sure you were too. Then, you know, technical late in the game and stuff like that. But as we turn the focus now, you've got a couple more games left after tonight that are obviously more important. I guess they're all important, but, you know, 2 more Region 9 South opponents that are leading that kind of thing. But you've got to take care of the game at hand. You've got 40 minutes against a really good basketball team here coming up tonight. Talk about the second time around with Snow.
Snow's an elite team, you know, and they have really good players at every single position. But what makes them so special is they are a team. They care for each other. They play hard for each other. They're very well coached. You know, so that's just an element you don't see at the junior college level that often. And on top of that, their kids are all 1, 2, 3 years older than a lot of my guys. So there's the maturity standpoint is a huge benefit for those guys too. But you know, they're 11-0. They're 6th in the country. We played them tough at their place, but we have a very different team now than when we went to Snow. I think we're significantly better. And you know, will that lead to a better result tonight? I don't know. We're going to have to play really, really well to be in the game. And ultimately, if we're going to win, we're going to have a special night.
What is it that they do? I looked at, they scored 68 points in the first half against Treasure Valley. I'm like, man, these guys have been blowing out people. Then you look at the scores, and it's not, they haven't been blowing out people. They've just been winning. I mean, a couple of low double-digit wins and stuff like that, but it's not like
they're just smoking everybody. They just find ways down the stretch, I guess, to get it done.
Yeah, I think some of the reason why their scores are, like in the Salt Lake realm is they just they play at a slower pace. They want quality shots. That's why they're so efficient. You never really see a team of any level shoot over 50% from the field. I mean, as a team, they're shooting like 53%. Their assist to turnover ratio as a team is 2-to-1. I mean, you're happy if you have a couple guys that maybe have a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio. I mean, they have one kid, Christensen, who's got 39 assists, 2 turnovers. I mean, they're just silly numbers across the board. And I think that's what makes them so challenging to play is they play like a disciplined 4-year program, but they're playing 2-year colleges with a lot of young kids and guys that are like still figuring out how to play college basketball.
In their first semester, a lot of them, in fact, doing that. What has to happen tonight? You had talked about we're missing that signature win. We're missing a win over a team like this. What do you have to do well to get that tonight?
We have to out-rebound them, which we did in game 1, which was a very good thing that we did accomplish. We got to cut our turnovers down. They're not a team that really speeds you up. They're not super athletic. They're just really strong and really disciplined. So we had 16 turnovers last game. I think that needs to be under 12 if we're going to be in the game late. And then we got to shoot the ball well, but our shooting percentages last game were fine. We shot 44-41. I feel like if we can go 44-41 on our home floor and actually shoot a free throw, since when we were at Snow, we shot 0 free throws, and then cut down turnovers and rebound, I think we're going to be in the game.
I made a big deal about not shooting a single free throw there. They shot 15, or they shot 20, made 15, won by 12. I know there's a lot more that goes into that type of stuff, but that certainly would have changed the outcome, changed the flow, if nothing else, in a 12-point game.
100%, John. 100%, man. I don't know if we shoot 15 free throws and make 12 of them that night, does that overcome that deficit? I don't know. But I do know there were a couple timely calls where they got to the line where I didn't think it was a foul and they got 2 points. And then there were times where my guys were attacking the basket hard, got fouled, didn't get called, and now they go down and score on us. So that, those swings within a 40-minute game, especially, when you're at the under 10 mark of the second half, those are monstrous.
Everybody healthy? Everybody ready to go that we've got?
Yep. We got 11 healthy bodies, and the guys are excited, and we look forward to finishing first semester on our home floor tonight.
Wish you the best of luck. We'll talk to a couple of the guys afterwards.
Thanks a lot, John.
Central Wyoming College is committed to recognizing academic and activity-related achievement by offering merit scholarships annually. Apply now for general academic, activity, and program-specific scholarships for the academic year. The scholarship deadline is March 1st. Go to CWC.edu and search scholarships and apply online. Don't forget, the deadline to apply is March 1st. To find the latest information on Central Wyoming College scholarships, go to CWC.edu and search scholarships. You'll be glad you did.
Support of Rustler Athletics comes from Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Whether you have a minor repair or a large project, take advantage of Sutherland's many rewards. Sign up for our emails and monthly gifts. Save even more with the Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus consumer credit card. Apply online or see a store associate for complete details. You can order online for in-store or curbside pickup at Sutherlands.com. Sutherland's of Riverton, helping you build it better since 1917.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business, it's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Welcome back to Rustler Gymnasium, getting ready for the starting lineups of the 11-0, 6th ranked in the country Snow Badgers and your 6-6 CWC Rustlers. And your starting lineups will look like this. Wearing number 2, he is a 5'10 sophomore. He is out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and he is averaging just under 13 points a game with a couple of rebounds. That is Lawrence De La Cruz. He will assume the point guard duties here tonight. Wearing number 3 is a 6'2 freshman out of Phoenix, Bella Vista Prep. He is averaging just a little over 8 points with 3 rebounds. The 6'2 freshman is Vince Tedeschi. And Vince suffered an ankle injury early on in the year, and I know he's had some heart issues over the past couple of years, but he's really come into his own and playing with some great confidence is Vince Tedeschi. Also out of Phoenix in Bella Vista Prep is number 4. He is a 6'2 sophomore, averaging 3 points, 2 rebounds per ball game, but a really vocal leader on this team is Jaden Warren. He wears number 4.
You know, things just seem to happen when he's on the court, in my mind.
Yeah, he's a very vocal, instrumental leader for this team. Number 10, a 6-foot freshman, averaging 14 points a game, deadly from the three-point arc out of Sacramento and California. That is King Solomon wearing number 10, and wearing number 20, the 6'10 sophomore, averaging a team-high 18 points, team-high 6 rebounds. From Phoenix, also Bella Vista Prep, is Julian Roberts, and he is playing some very good, confident basketball as well.
Like I said, averaging 18 points a game, and they must have had a pretty good high school team there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Bella Vista doing some things. I think maybe more so.
Vista, I guess.
Jaden Warren's a pretty darn good recruiter as well. And then you'll see Sam Marbury is back from concussion protocol, the 6'6 freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio.
And he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he will be back on the court later tonight, as well as he is comfortable coming off the bench, Coach Schmidt said. And so that's what your starting lineups look like for Central Wyoming College. De La Cruz, Tedeschi, Warren, Solomon, and Roberts. For Snow College, they are coached by Andrew May in his second season. They're 11-0, haven't played a road game yet. And you're saying to yourself, yeah, they played a couple of these. They played in Lamar last weekend. They've played neutral site games, but have not played a true road game.
8 home and 3 neutral site games, in fact.
Here they are, their first road game of the season, albeit they'll take on the Rustlers. Wearing number 1 out of South Phoenix, Arizona, from, guess where? Bella Vista Prep. That is Mark Brown Jr. He is a 5'11 freshman. Wearing number 3 out of Cedar City, Utah. He's a 6'5 redshirt sophomore, is Gage Savage. Wearing number 20, a 6'6 sophomore out of Saratoga Springs, Utah, averaging 14 points, 3 rebounds. He's played in 10. He started 9, is Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones, was that him? Yeah, he had 12 three-pointers against Treasure Valley in one game earlier this basketball season.
That'll boost your average.
Yeah, that's not a bad start there. Max Triplett is a 6'9 sophomore. He's the one that makes this team go. He has played in all 11. He has started all 11 for the Badgers, averaging 17.7 rebounds per game out of Huntsville, Utah's Max Triplett.
Rebounds, by the way.
And then their 5th starter will be Isaac. We don't know if it's Finlayson yet, it's Isaac Garrett. That was a game-time decision, Coach May said, but it is one of the 2 Isaacs that will be getting the start here today for for Snow as they take on Central Wyoming College. I believe we're going to get a national anthem here in just a moment. So can we do 90, Wyatt? Or no? All right, well, we'll play it by ear here as we will take a 90-second timeout when the starting lineups, before the starting lineups are going to be announced, and as we get to the national anthem. Several of these players are returned missionaries from their missions. 5 of them, in fact, from Snow, as Coach Matt Schmidt alluded to in the pregame, of being a little older than his kids. 5 of them have returned from missions. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Looking for a flexible and convenient way to further your education? Consider online learning with Central Wyoming College. Our distance learning courses offer the same quality and benefits as on-campus classes, while allowing you to study on your own schedule. Central offers a wide range of online associate, bachelor's, and certificate programs to fit your needs. Enroll today and take the next step in your education and career. All of the details are found at cwc.edu.
As the second largest intercollegiate athletic association in the country, the NJCAA serves not only a pivotal role in college athletics, but in higher education. The NJCAA Foundation aims to move the association forward through resources, grant programs, and other special initiatives. Your gift to the NJCAA Foundation will make a difference and create opportunities.
At Central Wyoming College, your future starts here. Join CWC's automotive program and turn your passion for cars into one of the most in-demand technical careers. From classic cars to ones that park themselves, CWC's expert automotive instructors combine state-of-the-art technology, small class sizes, and one-on-one attention to help you earn your certification in automotive service excellence. Apply now for several scholarships available only to our automotive students. Make your way at Central and join the new generation of automotive technicians.
Still trying to check out the last starter for C0LLEGE College as they are about ready to be introduced, and I guess it's going to unfold in front of us here in just a matter of moments as Coach Brad Schmidt in his 6th season as the head coach of the Rustlers. He's assisted by Mike Newman. He did have an assistant. Of course, he's had Taylor Lavery. He's had Sam Harrison over the last 5 years. Had another one earlier this year, but didn't work out, unfortunately, before the season really got going. It's going to be Isaac Garrett that will get the start for the Badgers. He wears number 32 for this team. And so Isaac Garrett.
Almost an entirely Utah lineup. In fact, I think they've got 10 players from Utah on their squad. Well, much like our volleyball team of last year.
6'9" freshman is Isaac Garrett. But Coach Newman, who is our head golf coach and the golf professional at Riverton Country Club, he's done Wyoming Power basketball, a lot of youth basketball over the summers, including coaching the Gatorade Player of the Year, won Parker Paxton over the last several summers as well. And so
Riverton ranked 3rd in the preseason ranking in 4A, by the way.
They'll open up their season Thursday night, in fact, and could be a little interesting without one of their key cogs due to injury to start the thing. Derek DeVries perhaps nursing an ankle injury, so we'll be watching to see how that goes for the Wolverines and head coach Bo Sheets. C0LLEGE College coming out in their dark blue uniforms, the orange trim around white numerals, C0LLEGE College across the front. They are the Badgers. They will go left to right as we watch here on 88.1 Rustler Radio, and you're watching on Rustler Media and through RustlerAthletics.com. Julian Roberts into the midcourt circle. Central wearing their white uniforms, orange numbers, black trim. Rosie Brown has it in the air, and the Badgers will have first crack at it as Mark Brown Jr. will bring it across the timeline. They get it up to Gage Savage. Flips it out to Triplett, down to the outside. Pump fake, Garrett scoots it back to the outside. Savage for 3 is off the mark, and a rebound gloved by Julian Roberts.
I think one thing that can't happen is get Roberts in foul trouble, and if they take it inside, that's because they're going to be a taller team. That's something to be concerned about.
Tedeschi guarded by Savage, setting things up. Central did win the rebounding war their first time. Tedeschi, 2 big steps down the lane and 1 as they give him a little continuation. Tedeschi with a basket and 1. Watching the Rustler Media replay, 2 steps. The foul right there, bodying him up was Savage. And Tedeschi with the and 1. Hey, 28 seconds in, Central finally gets to shoot a free throw, as they did not shoot a single free throw in Utah a couple of weeks ago. 3-0 the score. Rustlers on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. They'll go full court pressure. Jones back up top, Savage. Now Brown back out to Savage, trying to get it to Triplett. Going to get double teamed. He'll scoot it back out. Garrett can't handle it. He'll drive down the lane, and it'll be a blocking foul on the other side, this time on Tedeschi. And that'll be number 1 on Vince.
Well, not a great crowd on hand tonight. Maybe we're using the wrong word, crowd. I certainly would think maybe with a highly ranked team and the home team playing them, you'd maybe expect a few more people here.
Sam actually stopped an easy layup, and then another hand check foul on the baseline is going to be either Jaden Warren or Julian Roberts. It's going to go on Warren. And I think, not that you want to foul on somebody specific, but just what you said, to keep Julian out of foul trouble.
Yeah, less depth, I think, in the post position than we do in the wings or guards.
Right side triple on the way is going to miss off the side of the iron by Jones, and Tedeschi will get the rebound. Rustlers out to a 3-0 advantage on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Solomon, a little mismatch in size on his defender, as Tedeschi will set his feet, fire a triple. It's no good, and Triplett will come down with the rebound on a nice box out. on Julian Roberts. Brown with it. Now to Garrett. Triplet over the top of Julian Roberts. He'll score it. Max on his way to his average. Again, he's the leading scorer at 17 a game with 7 rebounds. Is Max Triplet at 6'9". Triple the other way. King Solomon for 3 as you hear it rip nylon.
They got a situation where the post players on each team are their leading scorers.
Going to watch a replay as there you see King was way deep. He's going to end up with a rebound on the other side on a miss.
Yeah, Jones had missed at the other end.
Floating into a basket is De La Cruz. And the Rustlers out to an 8-2 advantage on the 6th-ranked Badgers. 17:45. We're very early in this contest. Brown lobs it up. Garrett goes up and grabs it over De La Cruz, who can leap. Just right there's the 3 on the way. Savage at the top. That's good. And Snow kind of stopping the bleeding at the moment. 2 of 5 from the field. 1 of 4 from the arc. The Badgers in the first 2.5 minutes of the basketball game. Tedeschi out. De La Cruz between the logos. Penetrates back to Roberts. He'll fire 3 lefty. That's good as it nestles in. Julian Roberts for 3.
Coach Schmidt says he's one of the most improved players from year 1 to year 2 that he's ever had.
Another lob pass. They almost throw it away. Well, that's the pass you want him to make, as Isaac Garrett's going to be stripped, but Triplet's going to grab the rebound and put it up and in.
One difference you can see in the two teams, kind of a dual post that you see for Snow, a single post, lineup for CWC.
Kind of a frenetic pace to start things off here. Solomon lost the dribble, gives it back to Tedeschi right in front of Coach May and the Badgers bench. 11-7, Rustlers out in front, 16.5 left. Roberts back to the basket, diving in is Savage, and he's going to be called for the travel. We're out of bounds, actually, so in essence, it will be 2 turnovers, 1 on Central, 1 on the Badgers. I think shot clock's at 4, but should it go back to 20? They're going to leave it at 4. Inbound to Roberts. He will spin to Deshi. And he'll dribble and drive, and yeah, that'll be a turnover on the Rustlers.
You could just tell they were unaware out there that it hadn't been reset to something other than 4.
So then it wasn't a turnover on Central, and it wasn't a turnover on Snow because there's no change of possession. And then dribbling it out of bounds is Mark Brown Jr. So now they're even in turnovers at 1 apiece. Central's 3-guard press has kind of given people fits. It gave Lamar fits on Saturday afternoon, and Snow right now not handling it real well either.
Yeah, Mark Brown temporarily helping our attendance too for a bit.
Sat down in the crowd a bit there. Got our first sub of the game in.
For Mark Brown.
For Mark Brown, it is Donovan Davis in. We'll get our first Central sub on the next dead ball as Sam Marbury will come in. Roberts from 15 on the other side, no good. And the rebound by Isaac Garrett. Here come the Badgers. Garrett down the lane. Triplet got a foul on the back by Jaden Warren. He'll knock it down, and he will be fouled.
Yeah, that's a dual post thing there. One thing about the 3 posts we're seeing in this game, they can all handle the ball.
Nice dish, and then Jaden Warren from behind. And he kind of can't believe that he committed the foul. That's going to be 2 on J-Dog as Roberts and Warren will check out. Sam Marbury is checked in, as has Lucas Engel, 6'7", sophomore out of Riverton. Marbury, 6'6", freshman out of Cleveland. Triplet gets the 3-point play.
God, Snow does not fill the lanes on the free throws, interestingly.
Coming out is Isaac Garrett, and coming in is Noah Lemke. 11-10 Central out in front. 15:50 left to play. First half of basketball from Rustler Gym. Engel, he'll fire down the lane. Missed it. Comes out of there with it. Does Lemke. Underneath, Triplet gets the ball and puts it in and scores.
Yeah, just too easy that time. I have a Colin Christensen who leads them in assists. Is he not playing tonight?
He broke his finger dunking it last week. We'll talk more about that in a minute. 15 and change left in the first half. 12-11. First lead of the game, Badgers. And it's going to hold as that 3 is off the mark from Tedeschi.
Badgers doing a nice job blocking out, I notice.
Is Dylan Jones with the rebound there. Colin Christensen, as I mentioned, nice dish underneath, but a nice steal by Tedeschi. Takes it away. Up ahead, Engel can't control it. Throws it out. Solomon wide open triple on the way. Good.
That's big. A tough situation on a break. You throw it to the big guy in traffic, and that's kind of tough to handle. But they get a three-pointer out of it after all.
Second three by King Solomon. Rustlers have back the lead. Baseline and a flush. Noah Lemke got left wide open, and he pounds that one down on the baseline.
The press is vulnerable to the long pass.
Tied at 14 apiece. 2 lead changes, 1 tie in the early going. Tedeschi back to De La Cruz. 15-foot elbow. Turn around. It's going to fall in. Wow, the pirouette by De La Cruz. We'll watch the replay on that as they'll fading back. He gets the shooter's roll and falls in. Stepping through, gunning it up ahead is Jones. Wide open triple the other way is good.
Well, he had like 3 teammates underneath the basket if he wanted to go that route, but 3 is better than 2, I guess.
Figured he had the rebound if he missed 3. Lead change back to the Badgers. Marbury working on triplet, finds Tedeschi. He'll take it to the rack. He'll stop. They'll give him the bucket. Yes, they do. Not kind of sure why they do as well. Watch the driving replay here by Vince Tedeschi as
that was all the end of it.
Yeah, it's all the end of it. We'll get our first media timeout at 13:51. We'll take a minute timeout with them. Central out in front, 18-17. Tedeschi at the line when we come back after this timeout on Rustler Media. Rustler Radio is brought to you in part by Bailey Tire and Auto Service. They feature priceless car rental. If you need a vehicle for whatever the reason, they offer cars, SUVs, and even a 12-passenger van. Rent online at pricelesscarrental.com. Priceless Car Rental at Bailey Tire and Auto, Riverton and Lander.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming roads and highways just as much as on the football field or the basketball court. Your game plan should always include wearing a seatbelt. And that goes for everyone in the vehicle. Check road conditions before you go. Call 511 or download the Y.511 511 app for road information at your fingertips. Finally, put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. This message brought to you by Y.Dot.
To follow your thought, talking about Christensen, how long do they expect him to be out?
He may be back on their next games, which will not be till the 28th of December. They don't play again until then. His dad's a doctor, so he's in good hands, so to speak, with a broken finger.
Good hands with a bad hand, but I mean, he's a double-figure scorer and leads them in assists as the free throw is no good.
Rebound by Noah Lemke. 18-17 Central, 1 of 2 from free throw land. Jake Howe has checked into the ball game, as has Coleman Ford. Howe pump fake, goes to the free throw line. Triplet underneath. Lemke back out to triplet. Foot on the line, just a 2, doesn't go in anyway.
I thought I saw some indecision maybe with that shot, thinking to pass or to shoot, and that kind of maybe sent it awry.
Boy, De La Cruz in the corner throws up an air ball that Lemke will gather in. Driving with it, Donovan Davis dishes to triplet, and he will score.
Well, we're taking a look at a shot clock. Going to see a whole lot of those little darkened circles right around the basket.
Yeah, they're 2-to-1 assists to turnovers, if not more, are the Badgers. And showing you why triplet comes away with some pretty good numbers because they feed him well on that low block. Solomon for his 3rd triple of the game. Front of the iron, no good, but Engel will get the rebound, floats it to a driving Bradley Beeman, and he'll score in a quick timeout.
Nice interior pass by Engel on the play.
Watch the rebound there, and then Bradley Beeman trailing the play, lays it up and in. And we'll get a timeout. We're going to keep it here. Bradley Beeman checking into the ball game for the first time, by the way. Bradley is a 6'2 sophomore out of Fishers, Indiana. This is Rustler Basketball presented by Rustler Media. Appreciate you tuning in. Amanda Nikoloff is our new media instructor. You can learn some fun, cool, new things in the sports media world, as well as new media and the genre and the world that she controls. Francis Obakoya, our engineer, thanks to him. Noah Marshall, our camera operator, high above the gym tonight. Skylar Anderson doing some camera work herself in the control room while directing. Tay Hollins is in the game for the Rustlers out of Roseville, California as well. Davis to Ford. Isaac Finlinson, baseline shut off by Engel. Keeps it on a bounce, finds Davis. Corner, Ford, 7 to shoot. Ford in trouble, goes baseline, bodied up there. Stepping up is Howe for 3 as the shot clock about to expire, and the rebound comes down to Ford, and he will be fouled.
I would guess he is maybe one of the shortest, if not the shortest player on the court right now.
Looking at the foul is on Bradley Beeman, his first. Watched him go up in the air and put that arm down on the left-hand side. Coleman Ford listed at 5'11". They also have another 5'11" in Mark Brown Jr. Then you got De La Cruz listed at 5'10" for Central, but
he's not out there.
First free throw is no good. Substitutions coming around. Triplet back into the ball game for the Badgers.
Talking about Snow, you get this sense that they have a lot of interchangeable parts with that lineup.
Second free throw does go down, and we are tied for a second time. 6 lead changes, 2 ties in the first 8 minutes of the basketball game on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Knotted up at 20 apiece here. Snow sitting back in a zone. Looked like a 1-3-1 almost.
I thought CWC was in a zone that last time down, in fact.
Beeman's 2-point shot on the 3-point line doesn't go. Davis the rebound. Howe back up to Davis. Marbury and on him defensively.
Yeah, CWC in a zone as well.
Cross court.
Or else it's pretty well disguised.
They're disguised. They're to man right now.
They're lagging on some of that stuff.
Ford baseline, but a rebound by Finlinson. He'll miss the shot, and Julian Roberts
got a piece of it.
Got a piece of it and the rebound. Second board of the game for Roberts. 20-20 our score against the, is it a 1-3-1 zone, or how are they playing that right now? Baseline Engel might have.
Well, it was a 1-3-1. If you collapse a lot, they just get disguised.
Roberts shot no good. Beeman will come away with a rebound, though. Nice offensive rebound by Beeman. Triple. Marbury is good on the right side outside. Marbury for 3, and the Rustlers back up by 3. Backcourt with it. Ford bounces it up ahead to Howe. Baseline, Davis. Engel shuts him off. He'll fire a 3 instead and knock it down. Just a 2 for Donovan Davis, says one of the officials. And it's a 1-point ball game. Nearing the midway point of the first half, and Rustlers toe-to-toe with the 6th-ranked team in the country. Marbury back-to-back 3s doesn't go. Tay Hollins is going to knock it out of bounds, and it will be Snow basketball.
Both teams subbing very freely in this contest.
It's been pretty high energy as De La Cruz, Tedeschi, and Solomon all check back into the ball game for Central. Marbury and Roberts will stay. You've got Triplet, Finlayson, Garrett, Davis, and also back in Gage Savage for the Badgers dressed in their road blue uniforms. Davis, right side wide open is Finlayson, and he'll knock it down. Boy, they left him wide open.
That was a long 3, too.
Yeah, as he gives back the lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Badgers of 2 points right now in the 7 lead changes.
What was our biggest lead, 6?
Yes. King Solomon from way downtown Riverton knocks it home, his 3rd triple. Lead change number 8. Long pass up ahead, Finlayson. Again, they're getting Snow to make the passes you want against the press, as there's a banker off glass from Savage. Just not been able to step in and pick them off.
I just have trouble. Okay, is it a zone or a man-to-man? Because why are we getting so many 2-on-1s underneath the basket if you're Snow?
Roberts in the paint, gets free and puts one in from close range.
De La Cruz with the assist.
Near steal by Tedeschi. He's going to have to pull himself off the deck. Here comes Finlayson, right side, 2-on-1. Jam by Isaac Garrett.
A whole lot of damage.
As you said, the shot chart is a lot of dark circles around the rim right now for Snow. Roberts, Marbury backing down Finlayson in the paint. Scoots it back out to Roberts. 12 on the shot clock. 9 minutes left to play. King for another deep three. Does not go in. And the rebound is going to be pulled down by Davis, and he will be fouled in the backcourt by Vince Tedeschi.
Tedeschi not liking the call, but I think the call happens because of what the repercussion of it rather than how much it was touched there.
We've seen that a time or two as Dylan Jones
Only
returns.
a time or two?
Today. Jaden Warren will re-enter the lineup for the Rustlers. Snow leading. 11 lead changes already in the first half and getting wide open underneath, and a nice reverse layup was Lemke. And now they have their largest lead of the evening of 3 at 31-28.
Another one of those interchangeable parts in that lineup.
Tedeschi baseline, hesitates, gives it up underneath Solomon. He's fouled on the floor. And it's only going to be the third team foul of the game on Snow as Finlayson gets his first. Tedeschi and Marbury out. Davis, excuse me, that's Mark Brown comes out. Davis comes in. I've been interchanging those two, and I apologize to those two guys for that. It's Donovan Davis who is in now. Solomon gives it to Roberts, but it's poked away from him. 4 on 2. Almost throw it away. Triplett turns around with a left hand. Poked back up twice and in by Isaac Garrett, padding his rebounding stats and scoring, and Snow with their largest lead of the game now of 5.
Garrett taking advantage of the start this evening.
Under a minute away from the media timeout. Left side, Engel works past Triplett, gives it to Roberts. Nice dish and an easy bucket for Julian Roberts. Give the assist to Lucas Engel.
A couple of nice assists from the dual post situation. I wonder if he's in there because of the attacks we've seen underneath the basket by going with the bigger lineup.
Jaden Warren slams into Isaac Garrett. And Jaden's going to pick up his third personal foul. Marbury will check in for Julian Roberts. Tay Hollins going to check in. Have not seen Duga Moraboto or Ryan Wells yet, which, by the way, it's Sal's mom's birthday. He wanted me to make sure Jessica got a happy birthday shout out. So the ball knocked out of bounds by Marbury. Happy birthday today to Jessica. 7:31 remains on the first half. Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 33-30, the 6th-ranked team in the country, leading the Rustlers. Davis runs down, puts it up, and then over the back is Garrett. Tay Hollins stepping in to get the rebound. And Garrett will get his first personal, just the 4th team foul on the Badgers. 6 on the Rustlers. As you watch that on your Fremont Chevy scoreboard on screen. De La Cruz gets a pick, rises for 10, missed it. Boy, that looked good, but comes off. And a steal by Solomon. He will take it to the rack and lay it up and in.
I'll take advantage of a lazy inbounds pass and scored it.
Just picked it off at the free throw line, took it to the rack and put it in the hole. He told me before the game, he said, I'm going to be up there to visit with you in the post game. As that's a triple in the corner, they left Coleman Ford wide open, and he'll knock that 3 down. Next timeout will be a media timeout. We'll step aside for a minute as De La Cruz finds Engel, who's trailing the play to go rebound. He missed it, and the rebound by Triplett. Long 3 the other way is good by Dylan Jones.
Well, suddenly got just a little dangerous here with a 7-point lead.
39-32, and you get a timeout on the next whistle, but when may that come? Tay Hollins' wide open 3 is off the heel of the iron, and the rebound's going to be run down by Sam Marbury. Offensive rebound, triple the other way, does not go in, but an offensive rebound by Lucas Engel. That triple is good, Sam Marbury.
Boy, they needed that, but without the offensive rebounds, they don't get it.
2 big offensive rebounds. One by Lucas Engel in that mix, and it's a 4-point game. And again, we have played it seems like several times this season we've played a lot of minutes without a stop in play. And another triple by Ford is good in the corner. That's twice in this series of play. At the 7:17 mark, we've almost played 2 full minutes without a whistle. At 5:30 at the moment right now. Another 3 at the top. Good. It's King Solomon.
Kind of interesting for Snow because they were doing most of their damage inside earlier. This foul will get our whistle.
King will get the foul and get the whistle coming on the media timeout. Wow, we played a long time, almost 2 full minutes without a stop in play. The media timeout coming your way. This is Rustler basketball from Rustler Media. 5:20 left. Rustlers down by 4.
Myers Gambles is a proud supporter of Rustler Sports Broadcasts. They're located in downtown Lander at 420 Main Street, offering furniture, mattresses, appliances, home office, kitchen, and more. They feature brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Jenn-Air. Turn around, shop in town. More details can be found online at landergambles.com.
Have you noticed it? Maybe just a feeling that you can't really explain. It's your heart yearning to lift others into living their best lives. Let Central Wyoming College help you turn your passion for people into one of the most in-demand careers, social work. At CWC, our expert instructors combine small class sizes, one-on-one attention, and hands-on training to help you become a counselor and advocate for individuals, families, and communities. Make your way at Central and join the new generation of experts in the field of social work.
5:20 remains in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. It is 6th ranked and undefeated Snow College 42. It is Central 38. And at the line is Coleman Ford. He's got 7 points off the bench for the Badgers. Free throw on the way is good. Again, talking King Solomon warming up. I was up here in the press box. We were working on a lot of technology things earlier today, and he said, I'm going to be up there to talk with you and as one of our players of the game. And so far, he's working that to fruition with 14 points on 4 3-pointers. 6-point advantage for the Badgers, 44-38. 5:10 left to play here in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. John Gabrielson, Joel Kindle, Wyatt Barichka, Amanda Nikoloff, and the new media crew as Marbury's 3 goes halfway down and comes all the way out. And the rebound by Dylan Jones. Badgers the other way. Finlayson back. Nice quick move by Jones. Scoots it back out. Finlayson for 3. That one dish pans in and out. And Sam Marbury the rebound.
I thought Jones had a clear path to the basket, and surprised he kind of pushed it back out.
Sometimes perhaps a little too unselfish. Under 5 left. Lob down low is just thrown away. 3rd turnover of the game as stepping in front of it was Dylan Jones. Triplet out Finlayson. Back to Jones, and he'll knock down a 3. He's got 3 threes out of the night. Again, he made 12 against Treasure Valley. And a game they scored 60-plus points in the first half against Treasure Valley.
Doesn't necessarily square up when he shoots the 3 either as the lead grows to 9.
Largest of the game for the Badgers now. Tedeschi. Left side, and a foul away from the basketball is going to be called on Dylan Jones underneath as he and Engel were battling down low. 5th team foul on the Badgers. First team foul on, first personal on Finlayson. Good minutes from Engel as he comes out. Bradley Beeman back into the ball game. They'll get it up to Roberts. Left side, Marbury. Triplet guarding him. Sam takes it over to the right side. Shot clock is at 14 as it reset at 20. Gunning it over to De La Cruz. Back to and out of bounds. Bradley Beeman was out of bounds and then jumped inbounds. And he caught the ball first. That's a turnover, and it'll go back to the Badgers. 4th turnover of the game by the Rustlers. Both teams have played pretty turnover-free basketball.
This is a bit of a danger zone situation for the Rustlers, though, right now.
Finlayson a rebound, and he's fouled.
I thought the whistle came kind of late, though, didn't it?
Catch a replay. Going to get De La Cruz with the foul. 8th team foul. Finlayson to shoot. Snow right now 60% from the field, 18 of 30, 7 of 13 from the arc.
Not a great free throw shooting team, averaging 67% on the year.
They're 83% right now at 5 of 6 as Tedeschi will come back in. Again, they're 60% from the field. Central 50%, 15 of 30. So each team has shot the same exact amount. Snow has out-rebounded Central 18-10 as Finlayson knocks down both and gives Snow their largest lead of the game. With 3:36 left, if you're Central, you'd like to see a little surge here before the halftime break.
Yeah, certainly cut it to single digits.
De La Cruz cannot do that as Finlayson will take the missed triple away. And possibly...
Oh, I thought he might have fouled him.
Yeah, I thought maybe the result of the play is King Solomon's going to be fouled on the other end by Jake Howe. That looked like down on that other end, like you said, if they turn it over, they'll probably call a foul. If they don't turn it over, as you see the very last tail end of Solomon coming in. 14 points, King Solomon. Scored 27 against Utah Prep. Not sure what we're waiting on there as Central will go huddle up with Coach Schmidt and Shimmy Solomon will get the first.
I'll pretty much hear what Coach Schmidt was saying, too, in the quiet crowd.
78% free throw shooter. King Solomon shooting 48% from the arc. And he's got 4 of them down today. He's got 16 points in the first half, does King. 2 points on that end as they got somewhat of a stop on the other end. 3:10 left to play in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Brown guarded by Tedeschi, goes right side. Jake Howe for 3, and he'll snap nylon with his first 3 of the game.
Brown being covered by Tedeschi. Those are the former high school teammates guarding each other.
Brad Schmidt will call a timeout. The Badgers are 8 of 14 from the three-point line right now, 57%.
But I will say this, they seem like they've been open threes, really. They don't seem like they've been very contested.
I think the frustration from Coach Schmidt to call the timeout on that very thing right there.
What's sort of weird, you soften them up inside with all that inside attack, and now suddenly you're collapsing to try to prevent that, and suddenly the threes are wide open.
52-40, 12-point Badger lead with 11 lead changes and 2 ties so far in the first half. Coming up at halftime, I'll visit with one of our CWC women's basketball players. I believe Marin Baker of DuBois, Wyoming, will be the one joining me here at the top of the gym at the intermission. Your halftime show brought to you by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply for their pregame sponsorship. Bailey Enterprises will sponsor our postgame, and of course, Fremont Chevy is your scoreboard sponsor. King Solomon leads all scorers with 16. On the other side, Max Triplett has 11. Coleman Ford has 9 on 2 threes and 3 free throws, I guess I should say. King and Max, the only double-figure scorers for the 2 respective teams here. Just under 3 minutes to play. That 1-3-1 zone by the Badgers still employed. Tedeschi goes back over to Solomon. Pump fakes a long 3. Vince penetrates, finds Roberts. Base shoots a 12-footer that misses. Tedeschi ends up with a rebound. That's no good. And finally clearing house out of there is Mark Brown Jr. Triplett underneath, lost it. It goes off of the official. Triplett goes down. They'll say last touched by King Solomon and keep it Badger basketball. Marbury and Engel out. They're going to get a lot taller as Beeman and De La Cruz will check out of the contest. Garrett takes the inbound. Brown triple at the top. That's good. They are shooting it well from the arc. 9 of 15 now. 27 points from the three-point line, and the rest, I think, are all point-blank area underneath on that shot chart.
And routes an NBA-type score, too, for Snow College.
And Triplett he fouls Marbury on the way and then adds another swat for good measure at the end of the play.
21.
See him. There's the hand check, and then The swat, triplet. First personal on him. 7th team foul on the Badgers. Rustlers have achieved the bonus. With 2:03 left to play in the first half, Central down 15. The largest lead of the game for the Badgers as Marbury makes the first. Central as a team, 75% free throw shooters. Marbury's just under 70% on the season. Second one by Sam on the way is good. Sam has 8 off the bench for the Rustlers. 2 minutes left, little full court pressure, long pass up ahead, blue line to blue line, if you will.
Yeah, a lot of rainbow-type passes as they attack the press.
And they've gotten away with them so far. That's kind of what you're looking for against the press, but they've gotten away with them to this point each time. Garrett back to the basket, hands it back out to Brown. Shovels it to Triplett, throws it away as Tedeschi steps in there. Oh, picking it up and missing the shot. As the shot clock violation was just about to come, Engel ends up with the rebound, his third. Central gets the stop. Nice move, Tedeschi has it swatted away at the last second by Howe off of Tedeschi, and it will go back to the Badgers. There you see Tedeschi try to rip that away, and then Engel gets the rebound as the shot clock expired on that replay on that end. 80 seconds remaining in the first half. Half court, right side, Howe. Back up top, Jones, back to Howe. Lob it down low to Triplett. He'll get it, dunk it from underneath the other side. 13 points for Max Triplett as he got free on the other side baseline and reversed it and jammed it in. Less than a minute to go. 15-point Snow advantage. Tedeschi spins corner. Marbury triple on the way. That's good. Marbury with 11 off the bench. He's in double figures. Right side, Howe again, wide open. Missed that one, though. Garrett, the rebound, pushes it up. That'll fall in.
It's a lot of finger rolls, but that's exactly what that shot was.
30 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot clock, game clock about 2 seconds apart from each other right now. Ten seconds now. Tedeschi working on Jones. Tries to go down low and holding his hands up, throwing it away. Solomon ends up with it, but it'll be a shot clock violation. As Solomon almost got a prayer three. It wouldn't have counted anyway, and then Isaac Garrett tried to goaltend it just to put good measure on it. 3 seconds left in the first half. Badgers with a 14-point advantage. And the referee's conferring with the table now about something.
Putting more time on the clock.
Well, they took away a half a second.
It was 1.3 and made her 2.5
again. It showed
again.
3 a second ago, and now it's at 2.5.
Then.
They'll throw it away. Marbury. Solomon will not get it away in time. He made it, but it doesn't count. Just after the buzzer expired. I'm not sure if the timer doesn't show up on this anyway, but we don't have a light on the backboard or anything to go against that, but he did knock it down. And we are at the intermission from Rustler Gymnasium, and it's 59-45. The Rustlers, I think, have played a very good half.
Very good offensive half.
Just have given up 59 points on the other side.
That's hard to say. You've played a really good half and you've given up 55 points, in my mindset.
And Wind River, you remember the Dick Quayle team that won 29 games that one year and ended up third at state. Teams would play very good quarters and halves against them, but still find themselves trailing somewhat big at halftimes of those games, as well as we're seeing that here. Halftime score, 59-45. The Badgers are out in front of the Rustlers. When we come back, we will take a look at some women's basketball. We'll do that after this break. This is Rustler Basketball on Rustler Media.
Okay, we're ready for the big question. Who needs a flu vaccine? There's a lot riding on the answer to this one.
I know, me.
That's right, you. In fact, almost everyone older than 6 months should get a flu vaccine. Every year, influenza leads to hospitalization, even death in some people. So protect yourself with a vaccine and help keep your family and friends healthy.
It's up to you to fight the flu. A reminder from the Wyoming Department of Health.
County10.com supports this Rustler Radio broadcast. At County 10, their mission is to connect the communities that make up Fremont County. Whether you're looking for updated community news, the local events calendar, up-to-date job listings, the details about new businesses in town, the Student of the Week spotlight, or just want to watch local athletic events, County10.com is working to keep Fremont County communities connected.
Back to Rustler Gymnasium as we are going to talk some women's basketball. We're at the break, though, 59-45 after the first half. An incredible first half right now as the Snow Badgers have come out, and they have hit 9 of 16 three-pointers. Central has hit 8 of 18 as defense hasn't been around much in this ball game. We'll give you some first half stats and a look at that. This is your Buckle Up for Life halftime show brought to you by YDOT, and we've got Crizel Mendoza, we've got Rhea Ukai, we've got Maren Baker going to join me here in just a second. We can only do 2 at a time on the headphones, but we'll start with a sophomore first. Crizel, you guys have had quite the road trip here as you A, head into finals, and B, head into the holidays and a break. But it's been quite the road trip. Talk about it a little bit.
So we had to go. Last week we went to Utah, and then we're going to Montana this week. But it all started in Idaho. We went to Idaho, then we went to Colorado, then we went to Utah, and now we're going to Montana this weekend.
And then I think you end up in Nebraska.
Yes.
Before it's all over.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 states and
2 weeks.
A couple of different. Yeah, it's been a wild one. Now, you've done this before. How do you help the freshmen out as being the lone sophomore on the team?
They're actually doing pretty well. I think that all I have to do as a sophomore is just make sure that they stay focused and not let the outside distractions get to them.
Talk about the weekend up ahead. We're not going to talk about last weekend. Yeah. We're just going to put that behind us and move on. But talk about what's the game plan this weekend? I think, are we more worried about black and orange, or are we game planning opponents and that kind of thing, or a little bit of both?
So this weekend we're playing 2 JV teams from NAIA level. Four-year teams. And this weekend is more about we need this win. We need these 2 wins. So we're very worried about what we're doing. And we've been doing a lot of game planning, a lot of not much scouting, just more game planning for us. How have finals been going? They've been going well for us. It's really stressful with finals and practices. We're having 2 practices a day. It's a lot. Well, and a Tuesday night game at NJC where you're going to miss school and that. I mean, time management is paramount when you're an athlete. For sure. It really is. Shout out to anybody? A shout out to my parents, my dad, my mom, my sister back home in Dallas. I won't be home for break, so. Oh, no, I was just going to ask that question. Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to have a good Christmas without me, but, it's kind of sad. I think we have another one that's not going to get to go home for break on this side as well. Rhea Ukai is with it. Crizel, thank you so much. Thank you. We'll let Maren jump in there as well. But Rhea Ukai from Kosovo, and tell me how your first 4 months in America have been. Actually, you were in New York last year, so okay, we'll narrow it down to Wyoming then.
First 4 months in Wyoming. It's been pretty good. I like Riverton. It's pretty calm. I like the people. Most importantly, I like how basketball is going here.
The radio guy. I thought that was where you were going with that.
That too.
How basketball is going. So tell me how basketball is going. I don't know if anybody works harder than you guys. You've been out there working with the shooting thing, but more on catching the ball and stuff than it was shooting at that point.
Well, this weekend I've had that thing, catching the ball thing. I don't know if it was a game thing or if it's just something that happened in
buttered popcorn
just
before the
decision, game. So that's why I was practicing that to catch the ball and some shooting here and there. But I tried to work on my game so I can play better and just get better every day. So
you guys have done things that the previous regimes have not. You have more wins than you had all of last year in that and things like that. That's got to help the confidence and I think the culture when the sophomore and the coach talk about things like that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we all weren't here, all the freshmen obviously weren't here last year, but I feel like that it's a good thing for all of us as a team, and just people telling us that we're doing better than the last years, and that's a good confidence booster for us.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been exciting. I know people looking forward to coming to the games and things like that. How are finals going for you?
Pretty good. I'm nearly done with everything, but to be honest, it has been stressful with all the traveling and missing lectures and then having to catch up with exams and all that, practices and stuff, but we're student athletes, so this is what we got to do.
So not going to get to go home for the break. What are you going to do instead?
Actually, I'm staying with my roommate and my teammate C0LLEGE. She's not leaving me alone here.
She just said she's not going either, so...
I don't know, I'll be practicing, doing some stuff that I need to work in, in my game, and just enjoy the break.
All right. Appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
You bet. That is Rhea Ukai from our Kosovo region. Is talking with her. And now we'll switch gears and we'll talk to DuBois, Wyoming. Marin, you going to get to go home for Christmas?
Yeah.
Tell me how the transition has been from 1A girls basketball to NJCAA Division I college basketball for you.
I guess mostly just an emphasis on speed. Definitely faster movement, faster everything, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you hit it on the head there. So with the travel schedule, I mean, I had to speak at a conference in Florida, and they were asking me how Wyoming was, and I was saying we would drive 4 hours for a conference game, and that's nothing new for us. But now you're going to 4 different states in the span of about 3 weeks, and trying to be a college student on top of it. How are you handling all that?
Personally, I think I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Good. You were good.
No, it's definitely a lot different. I traveled a lot in high school, but this is completely different. I mean, 7 hours on the bus, playing games, staying the night, and then driving 7 hours back. It's intense, but...
How do you feel your game has come along with your minutes? I think have been increasing, it looks like, too. So tell me about that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I've gotten a lot better, absolutely. Just getting to play with my teammates who came from totally different places and came from a lot bigger places than I did. They got to experience a lot more and more competition especially. So I've been really lucky to grow from all of that.
Finals are going okay, you said. You're majoring in what again?
Pre-law.
To be?
Hopefully a lawyer, kind of leading towards the paralegal path.
Okay.
But yeah.
Very good. I don't know if I let Rhea do a shout out. You have a shout out to anybody?
I guess just a shout out to my mom, dad, a shout out to my big brother. He's always supporting me, so big shout out to him.
All right. Anything for me?
Absolutely.
Any questions? No, I'm just asking. Any questions for me?
I don't know.
Anything I didn't answer?
I don't think so.
All right. Did I get you do shout out? No? Do you want to? Okay, we'll better do that then. We'll get Rhea in here, let her do a shout out to somebody here real quick.
Shout out to my family for supporting me, and especially, my whole family, because they're all watching my games and staying up late or waking up early in the morning to watch me. So shout out to my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother, and my grandfather. I love you guys.
Rhea, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll talk to you. The ladies will not be home again until January 13th, by the way, so appreciate them coming by here as well. 59-45 Snow College out in front of the Central Wyoming College Rustlers. We'll take a look at first half stats after we take a 1-minute timeout. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media. A big win sponsor of the Rustler Athletic Booster Club is Health Source Chiropractic of Riverton, restoring health through the relentless pursuit of exceptional care. They offer chiropractic care and exercise therapy for everyone. Services include therapeutic laser for relief of issues like sore muscles, neuropathy, and postoperative soreness. They also have health products and nutritional supplements. See them at 910 North 8th West in Riverton or online at healthsourcechiro.com/Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is helping in the battle with COVID-19. This month, they are focusing on two crucial aspects of this battle: COVID-19 testing and vaccination. Wind River Cares is offering free COVID-19 testing kits and strongly urge you to get vaccinated. You can call 856-9281 to obtain a free testing kit or inquire about vaccination. Together, you'll reduce the virus's spread and keep our community safe. Your health matters, so prioritize safety, stay informed, and work towards a healthier, COVID-free future. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare, your partner in this fight against COVID-19.
59-45 our score at the intermission. This is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show, brought to you by Wydot, reminding you to buckle up every trip, every time. 59-45 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Thanks to Rhea Ukai, Crizel Mendoza, and Maren Baker for coming up and chatting with us. The ladies will not be back home until January 13th in the new year, so it'll be over a month before you get to see the ladies again.
This is our last home game, I think, men
of the year,
isn't it?
Yes. Men will be back 5th and 6th of January. And we'll take a look at some first half scoring stats on the individual side of the equation, and then we'll throw a scoreboard stat up there for you here in just a minute as well. Central led by King Solomon with 16 points. He has 4 triples in the ball game. Sam Marbury has 3 threes. He has 11. Julian Roberts has 7. Vince Tedeschi has 5. Lawrence De La Cruz has 4. Bradley Beeman has 2 points in the contest, so just 6 in the scorebooks for Central Wyoming. Snow has several in the scorebooks. Max Triplett has 13. Dylan Jones, Coleman Ford, 9 apiece. Isaac Garrett with 6. Gage Savage with 5. Brown and Howe with 3. And 2 points for Donovan Davis in the ball game. And that's the individual scoring to get him to a 59-45 advantage. Take a look at the game stats in this ball game as they pop up on your Rustler Media stream right now. The Badgers shooting 61% for the game, 56% from three-point land. They've out-rebounded the Rustlers 21-12 here in the first half. Central has turned it over 6 times. The Badgers have turned it over 4. Central shooting 47% for the game, 44% from three-point land, which is very good, and 83% from the free throw line as of right now. But the big stat that matters is a 45-59 disadvantage for the CWC Rustlers. And
I'll go back to one of my standbys too, John. That is the start of the second half. Either you're going to be in this game or you're going to be toast.
Yeah, sitting yourselves down at 14 right now is going to take one final break before we head it off into the second half. But we're going to keep it here, 59-45 on your Fremont Chevy scoreboard from Rustler Media. Thanks to Wyatt Barichka. We are experimenting with some new technology here, and he's doing a great job on that, and we'd like to thank him for that. And Amanda Nikoloff in the new media class, Noah Marshall, and Skylar Anderson, our engineer Francis Obukoya as well. Possession arrow is dark, but I believe it will be Central basketball to begin the second half, as our possession arrow on the desk is burnt out. But there is one on the scoreboard pointing to the Rustlers at this point. Central dressed in white. See that little white carrot next to him on that scoreboard if you're watching on the 2.0 stream.
That's unfortunately a new light to our new score thing that we got as far as the arrow just a couple of years ago after we had that, BC one.
Yeah, they might as well have just, and they're throwing it away as Roberts right into the hands of Dylan Jones. Stepping out for 3 is Jones, and they'll pick up right where they left off. 17 points, the largest lead of the game now for Snow, and you talked about it 30 seconds ago. Come out and chop into it or get beat by more. Roberts is going to be fouled, as hounding him way out by the three-point line was Isaac Garrett. And that'll be team foul number 1, and that will be his second personal of the contest. King Solomon, Jaden Warren, Vince Tedeschi, Julian Roberts, Lawrence De La Cruz. That one just goes over the head of Roberts.
Boy, 2 bad passes to start the second half is not what they certainly needed.
2 quick turnovers on CWC.
That wasn't a great pass either.
1 quick turnover on 6th-ranked Snow College. 8-5 in the turnover category, as they had 4. Did Snow at the half. 17-point Snow advantage. Warren keeps it on a bounce, finds it back out to Solomon. King drives in the lane, and he'll be fouled by Jones, who is a little bit in disbelief as he is whistled for his second, team second. Coach May on the Snow College sideline.
I mean, he has to like what he's seen so far in this game against a pretty game CWC team.
Shot no good by Solomon. Jones will glove the rebound. Finds Savage. Baseline, putting it up Brown, and he'll lay it up and in. And again,
I thought he had some indecision whether to go off glass or just go over the rim, which he did do.
Another good interior pass by Snow, another assist.
Coaches love that number, too, the assist number.
Yeah, they've had a bundle as Tedeschi's triple is no good, and Garrett will get the rebound. And taking it to the rack and scoring is Donovan Davis. Boy, Snow, a 7-0 run to begin the second half, and they've exploded to a 21-point advantage. 4, now 5 new Rustlers will check into the ballgame, and Coach Brad Schmidt calls a timeout.
We've had some other good teams here, but this looks like the best team I've seen.
16 assists for Central in the first half, 22 assists in the first half by Snow College.
And their total has gone up since then. Ours really hasn't.
Right. 5 of these Snow Badgers, 4 that are playing tonight, returning home from missions. Dylan Jones, as I mentioned, hit 12 threes in a big one, but Coach May said that this might be the most academic team, as he thinks that they're going to finish with a team average of
second year,
3-5 or better. It is only his second year.
Last year it was 3-4. They're just not up there.
That he's ever been around. I didn't say that he's had Snow. So Marbury to Engel.
Yeah, I didn't see his. They did not have a bio on there. Did they on their website?
Yeah, they did.
Well, had he been an assistant here before?
That I do not know.
It said what his record was last year, which was 22-10, I believe.
Beeman's triple is
20-12 last year.
No good. Rebound the other way. Brown in the paint. Lost it. Marbury ends up with it. Here come the Rustlers. Back the other way. Long pass up ahead. Alley-oop. Lucas Engel lay it up off glass.
Good body control there for the big guy.
That was a nice pass.
That too.
From Marbury from half court. He throws it up and lays it off the window. Engel. Nice play there. Triplett working on Engel. Bodies in and will miss it. Tay Hollins will get the rebound. Ball poked out of there by Mark Brown. He'll take it to the rack and score. 9 turnovers. Not sure who didn't get that pass going, but how it ended up on the turnover equation. But Sal Duga Moroboto, again, as mentioned, his mom celebrating a birthday today. Right side, Tay Hollins triple. Heel of the iron, no good. And the rebound by Isaac Garrett.
But they're big guys, handle the ball pretty well.
Spins, shot is no good. Lucas Engel, the rebound. Lucas, three-point line. I thought he was going to let it fly. He does not. Marbury. Not a lot of movement by the Rustler offense right now.
It's all on one side.
Duga Moroboto with a nice little runner with a left hand on the other side of the window as he runs past Brown. High arcer that kisses off the window and in. Jones shut off by Beeman. Triplett out to Brown on the right side. Back down low to Triplett, and Tay Hollins going to body him up and foul him. First personal on Tay Hollins. And Finlayson will check in, as will Davis for the Badgers. King Solomon back in for Tay Hollins for CWC.
Like I was saying before, a lot of interchangeable parts, I think, in that Badger team.
Davis will inbound it just under their window and to the right. Lob pass, Triplett. He'll fall down. Ouch. Oh, that's not good. He fell down. I'm not sure if it was a knee or an ankle. He's going to get up.
Certainly loud.
And hobble it off. And he's going to stay in the ball game.
He's walking better with each step.
And Max, 6'9" sophomore, leading scorer, leading rebounder for this team. And they'll put the shot clock at 20. With 15:55 left to play in the ball game. 19-point Snow lead, 6th-ranked Badgers. Out in front of the Rustlers. Long triple, Jones, no good.
He had the pick, did not even want to use it.
Marbury throws it up wildly as he wanted a foul call, doesn't get it. Rebound by Triplett, long pass up ahead. Gage Savage lay it off the glass and score it. Back to a 19-point advantage. Excuse me.
21.
Yeah, 21 now. My play didn't calculate. And fouling from behind is Dylan Jones as Bradley Beeman got out ahead of him. And you see Jones come in from behind him and fouled him as he got behind him.
Well, when Snow is shooting like this, you do not see too many flaws in this lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Bradley Beeman to the line. 17 of 45 is 60% is Snow, while they've hit 10 of 18 threes for 56%.
I believe they've played every player on their roster, and I think they've all contributed even.
Have not seen Gaius Mewuru, as that free throw does not go in by...
Is he here? Because
he is.
Okay, because they don't list anything as far as where he's from or anything on their roster, on their website.
There's a few guys that aren't here. Pump fake the 3 forward. Now Davis working on Marbury. Back out Finlayson. Good closeout by Duga Moroboto. Finlayson will take it to the rack and score, though.
Nice adjustment of the shot. Engel had pretty good defensive position.
That was a very nice move on the way down there. Beeman, right side. King Solomon steps through and scores his first basket since putting in 16 in the first half. Contact, steps through and steps to the other side. Triple on the other side is Jake Howe. He's got 2 threes in the contest. 23-point Snow advantage now.
Howe does not score a lot of points. I did not even write down his average like I normally do for top scorers. It's above it, whatever it is.
Shot on the outside, no good. Finlayson, a rebound. Howe, baseline triplet. Double team coming, baseline, 1 extra pass. Finlayson, triple is no good. Wow, a couple of Badgers run into each other. Triplet gathers the rebound, collides with Engel. Engel takes it in the face. He's slow walking down the court after he had a pretty good collision with the shoulder of Max Triplett. King Solomon running down is going to be fouled on the way to the rack. Here's the play right here as he puts his head right into the chin of Lucas Engel. And we'll get a timeout on the foul, by the way, by... It's going to be on Dylan Jones? No, it's going to be on Donovan Davis, his first. Full timeout. We'll take a minute with him. We'll step aside after this break. This is Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Looking for a flexible and convenient way to further your education? Consider online learning with Central Wyoming College. Our distance learning courses offer the same quality and benefits as on-campus classes, while allowing you to study on your own schedule. Central offers a wide range of online associate, bachelor's, and certificate programs to fit your needs. Enroll today and take the next step in your education and career. All of the details are found at cwc.edu.
Introducing the Rustler Cattle Company Podcast, part of the Rustler Podcast Network at Central Wyoming College. Explore the world of meat science with instructor Amanda Winchester and guests for the latest in agriculture and meat science. Whether you're a pro or just curious, the podcast offers insightful discussions and industry updates. Check it out at cwc.edu and search podcast. Subscribe, share now, and be part of the cattle and meat science community. Find it on all major podcast platforms. And don't forget to follow the Rustler Cattle Company on Facebook.
19:36 left to play on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And it is King Solomon to the line, down by 25, 77-52. Free throw is good. 19 for King.
We were right there for most of that first half, and then suddenly we weren't.
11 lead changes, 2 ties. Central had a lead of 6 at one point, and then, as you said, it wasn't. King gets both. He's got 20 now. Central need to chip back into it if they can right now and find some sort of weakness on the Badgers, which they have not yet put out there for the world to see. Lemke gives it back out to Finlayson. Lemke gets it back on the low block. Finlayson over Sal Duga-Moroboto. Missed it. Battling. King Solomon gets the rebound. Nice job, King, battling for that board. Second rebound of the game by King. Underneath, Roberts double teamed, spins away, and he knocks it down, but he's fouled first as he got to finish that. And the foul is on Donovan Davis, his second. 15th foul of the second half on the Badgers with 13 minutes left. Solomon will inbound. Jaden Warren is checked back in, as has De La Cruz. So give it up to Marbury, right side. De La Cruz penetrates, shovels it underneath to Roberts. He'll spin with the left hand, left it short. Finlayson with a Badger rebound.
Look how good a ball handler their bigs are.
Appreciate you tuning in on RustlerAthletics.com here today. Davis gunning it underneath. Lemke spins with a left hand over the other lefty, and Lemke scores.
Set himself nicely with his body and then reversed.
First points of the second half for Lemke. He's got 6. Solomon a triple at the top, buries another one. 5th three-pointer of the game for King Solomon. He's got 23.
And where would this game be if not for King Solomon's play?
5 triples for King. 12 minutes left to play in the game. Down by 22. Shot misses. Lemke, though, will get the rebound. Offensive board for the Badgers. Fading. Davis missed it. De La Cruz with a rebound. Showing maybe at first signs of fatigue as Jaden Warren fires one up high off the glass. Not close. And the rebound by Finlayson. He'll go to the baseline and shovel it up and in. What did I say about fatigue?
Nonchalant there, the way he did that.
What did I say about fatigue? That looked like there was absolutely
talking about us, I think.
None on that one there. Marbury triple on the other side is good as he set his feet and he knocks it down.
See the second leading scorer for CWC?
No. It's Roberts, then Solomon, then De La Cruz. As Finlayson again. Well, he's making easy points down there. Oh, on the night?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. 23 for King, 14 for Sam. Misunderstood where we were going with that. Solomon has it.
We're not used to doing games together, so it's understandable.
Gets it back. Marbury steps back for another triple. That's good. Marbury was 17.
You see the second leading scorer for us this evening?
Second leading scorer for the Rustlers, Sam Marbury. Down by 20 are the Rustlers. 83-63, 10:39 left. Finlayson runs in, makes contact. Ball rolls out. De La Cruz the other direction for the Rustlers. Sam, another triple? Why no? No, I thought that was in, but it skims off the front of the iron. My bad. Davis with a rebound. 5 new Badgers will check in next dead ball, and there's a tie-up by King Solomon, but it's going to stay Badger basketball. 5 new Badgers will come in, 2 new Rustlers as Roberts and Solomon will exit. Warren will stay. Nope, he's going to come out as well as Bradley Beeman will check in for him.
I got a sense Warren took himself out there, right? It looked like.
5 new Badgers. Brown will get it to Triplett. Their starting 5 as Savage is in there with Brown, who steps back for 10, left it short. Garrett the rebound, and he just has it muscled out of his hands by Lucas Engel. Right side, Marbury. A little shake and bake. Gives it up top to Beeman. Now left side to Deshi. Vince behind the back. Might have put it on his hip. He did. Referee saw what I saw. As he put it on his hip, they'll call him for the carry and give the basketball back to the Badgers on the 10th Rustler turnover.
Kind of in that possession, I saw a lot going on, but nothing really happening, if that makes any sense.
Or vice versa, a lot happening, but not a lot going on.
I've seen that play as well.
Either way. Under 10 minutes left to play. Regulation on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Badgers turn it over. Series of events as Lucas Engel tried to take a charge. De La Cruz penetrates, runs down the right side, missed it, triplet. The rebound, but they'll turn it right back over to the Rustlers. Marbury gets knocked down from behind. Nothing called there. Marbury's down at the free throw line. It's 5-on-4 on the other end, and underneath, little mismatch, but a travel. He walked with the basketball. Is that what they ended up calling? Referee that blew the whistle on the near side.
I thought the far side called the travel.
Yeah, okay, they did get the correct call. I was waiting for the referee. I thought the one on the near side blew his whistle, and then he never made a call, but it was a travel. Rustlers, I think, got away with one because it was 5-on-4, and the Badgers have been open a lot when it's 5-on-5, let alone 5-on-4. Nice dish underneath to Deshi to De La Cruz. Great play on a great assist on the other side as he came past Brown and puts it up and in. Then a steal by De La Cruz out the other end for the Rustlers. Down by 18. And underneath to Deshi, banks it off glass and in. So Vince giving it up to De La Cruz a moment ago. He gets it back, and he'll fire it up and put it in. As nice little move there, and he moves back, gave himself some room around Brown, and he scores with 8:38 left to play here in the second half. 83-67. Central is as close as they've been in a while, as we'll keep it right here during this timeout.
As a result, Coach May calling the timeout for Snow. Snow located in Ephraim, Utah, enrollment of 5,900 students, by the way.
The game at halftime was at 14 points. So this is as close as it has been since 14 at halftime for this team. With the Badgers out in front, 83-67 in the ball game right now. Big thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame sponsor. Halftime brought to you by Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming. Post-game will be Bailey Enterprises, Fremont Chevy, our scoreboard. Skylar Anderson, our director in the studio. On one stream, Wyatt Barichka on the 2.0 stream, taking care of the graphics and instant replay, and doing a heck of a job on the scoreboard too, by the way.
When he's not the voice of the Lander Tigers.
Which is automated. Which the Tigers will be playing Thursday, hosting Powell. Women at 6, guys at 7:30. Riverton will be at home for 3 games at Rustler Gym. At Wolverine Gym, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But there will be games at Rustler Gym.
And there will be games at Rustler Gym, the field house, the high school. That shot no good. Tedeschi a rebound. Rustlers have strung together a few stops and a few buckets. Tedeschi 7 points, 4 rebounds. He's got the basketball. Guarded by Savage, throws it away. Oh, how did De La Cruz end up with that? I'll never know, but he missed the shot, and Savage came away with the rebound. Driving with it, Finlayson. Back out to Savage. Baseline corner, Jones got it.
Well, Jones and Howe just love those corners, don't they?
15 for Jones. Howe has 6 from that corner. De La Cruz to Beeman. Throws it away as Savage read it, steals it, takes it to the rack. Might have been a slap from Tedeschi. Nothing called, as you could hear it in the hoop mic. And Savage with the lay-in. Back to a 21-point game after Central had kind of chipped it back to halftime numbers.
The timeout, very effective for Coach May.
Beeman, guarded by Jones, finds Roberts. Triplet on him, double team through the hands of Tedeschi. They'll throw it away. Savage runs right past his man and scores. Nice move by Savage.
Well, a nice change of direction with the dribble there.
This came right past De La Cruz, who came flying in.
And it's kind of closed the door on the Rustlers, too.
7 second-half turnovers by Central as we're under 7. Get a media timeout next whistle. De La Cruz to Beeman. Engel scoops it into the hands of Finlayson. He's wearing a different colored jersey. Up ahead, Davis for the jam. Badgers have matched their largest lead of the night now of 25.
CWC was down by, 16 just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a 9-0 run since that timeout by the Badgers. Tedeschi. Nope. Rebound, Davis.
That's a 3-on-1 for a second.
Triplett with the jam and a foul. He's down hard. Let's watch the replay on this and hope that he's okay, but here they come screaming into the play and an alley-oop and a flush, and kind of got undercut just a little bit on a player breezing past.
That's the second time he's hit the floor hard in this game.
Lucas Engel is going to be called for the foul. And is Coach May talking with the officials about that? There was nothing really repercussion-wise other than a personal foul. Was he taking exception to that as they go to the break? I didn't see who he
could tell for sure. I think part of the thing is he was up so high, and he is undercut. There is that.
We have a media timeout. I want to see the play again if we can, Wyatt.
I think too, sometimes as a coach, you're protecting your player as well.
Well, and that's what I wondered if he was out there. There's a nice dish right there, and Lucas
took that one leg out pretty well.
And I don't think intentional at all.
No, not intentional, but it is what it is again.
Swept that leg underneath there for sure, and it's a 27-point Badger lead, their largest of the game at the moment right now at 94-67, and that was the under 7 media timeout. And Triplett will be going to the line for the N1, and it's probably, a case where Coach May is out there because his best player has just went down hard for a second time in this ball game, that he's maybe out there making sure that he is okay.
And two, first. You might add to the fact that one of your other best players just broke a finger and isn't playing as well.
Colin Christensen out of Orem, Utah. Triplett, free throw, no good. Rebound by Marbury. Rustlers back on the attack. Marbury with 3 rebounds. Solomon shovels it to Duga Moroboto. He'll jump into the air to Tay Hollins. Back to Marbury. It's a pretty small lineup out there, and a foul on Jones is going to be his 4th. And that will be the 6th team foul as Sam wants a one-on-one. He's not going to get it. It's only the 6th team foul. Here comes Coleman Ford back into the game. Triplett is out. Dylan Jones is out, and I would dare say they're done for the night. I don't know if I risk putting them back into the contest.
At the same time, and how good their bench is. And
right.
We're talking about one of their best players not even in the game. So.
Exactly. Spin, Marbury in the paint. Good. 19 for Sam.
I don't know if you remember, until just a couple of years ago, Snow College's women had the biggest beat down on our women's team a few years ago. That changed with Western Nebraska.
Western Nebraska kind of removed that title as a couple of misses.
But the weird thing was that was like the first game of the year, and Snow College looked so good as they'll wave off that basket.
I'm going to say goaltending on...
basket interference or whatever. It is what it is.
It looked like it was leaning out, but all of the Snow players...
not enough.
All the Snow players were calling it as well, so... Underneath, shot, laid up, and in.
Well, they're a very unselfish team, too, is another thing that's very strong about this Snow squad.
Lemke has 8. King Solomon blocked by Lemke. Taken away, up ahead. Finlayson, he'll put it up and in. Boy, they run the floor so well.
And that's all 5 players.
10 deep.
10 players if you want to count the ones that are sitting down temporarily.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaden Warren, corner. Duga Moroboto triple is no good. Long running rebound. Gage Savage. Finlayson laid up and in.
That's 102. So
The Badgers running away from the Rustlers now.
100 with 4:27 to go.
Right. And like I said, they scored that 68 against Treasure Valley in the first half. They had 55 at halftime, or 59 at halftime here today.
Other interesting thing about this, I think, too, is that in the first half, they pounded it in, then they started making the threes. Here, it's been a layup drill pretty much a lot here in the latter part of this second half.
Snow 41 of 69, 59%, 12 of 24 three-point shooting, but it feels like it's way better than that, having watched it. Central 25 of 57. They've shot 12 less. They've been out-rebounded by 17. They out-rebounded Snow in the first matchup at Snow when Snow won by 12.
Remember, too, Snow had this drought here in the second half for a bit when CWC made a run, cut it to 16, and even with that drought, they were explosive.
Solomon will knock down another three-pointer.
He's been explosive.
Yeah, 26 for King Solomon on his sixth three-pointer of the ball game.
Now the entire roster has played for Snow, by the way. The healthy part of the roster, I should say.
Effort two things here while we're watching Snow play catch. Fading 15 falls out, and Warren will get the rebound. Solomon misses the shot, comes out to Marbury for three, no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot three. And the Snow Badger foul is on Jake Howe, number 2. That puts Central in the bonus. So Sam Marbury, his season high was 16 at Lamar Saturday, and he has eclipsed that as he gets the second one. He's got 20 now, so a new season high as a Rustler for Sam Marbury. 16 and 21 now in his last 2 games, and he will check out. Ryan Wells and Bradley Beeman will come in. King Solomon's night perhaps done at 26 points in the ball game. King's high is 27 against Utah Prep. 23 against NJC at home the other night. 100-74, 3:20 left to play. The 6th-ranked Badgers will go 12-0 as there's a 3 at the top by Coleman Ford. He'll knock that one down. It seems like they've made a lot more than 13 out of 25 from the arc.
It sure does. I mean, they've hit you pretty much every which way you can. You know, inside post play, 3-pointers, fast breaks, transition. It's like
Yuka Moriboto will get a 3 to fall on the outside, saying happy birthday, Mom, for South. Under 3 to play, 103-77 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Your Bailey Enterprises postgame show will be coming your way at the conclusion of this ball game. Ford wide open, getting away from the double team is Lemke, and he'll flush it down. Nice move behind the back, outside Warren. Penetrates, had to double clutch as a quick swipe and a foul on Howe will be his 3rd personal. Watching that double team getting open and putting the flush down was Noah Lemke. He's got 10, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in double figures for the Badgers with 105 points on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard.
Free throws are good, yes. As you know, I kind of follow teams after we play them to see how they do the rest of the year. This will be an interesting team to follow.
Yeah, when they have to play Salt Lake and CSI and North Idaho and Utah State Eastern and
Colorado Northwestern, not so much.
Yeah. I believe they have a weird, I say weird, it's what they know as Gaius Mewuru will go to the bank and he'll be called for a foul.
Well, his first bucket of the night, and it's waved off.
First time he gets on the charts, he gets it waved off on an offensive foul. So they're Region 18, and whoever wins Region 18 has to play the winner of, I believe, is it I'm not sure which region it is, but the Nevada schools, Pima and Cochise and others. And the winner of that gets the national bid to Hutchison, whereas the winner of Region 18 is just the winner of Region 9 is just the winner of Region 9, and they go. But because there's not as many teams in the region, they have to play kind of a play-in game against another region to go. But then you've got at-large bids, and you think that by and large most of them would get in on that, as that 3 misses and Hollins will come away with a rebound. Warren, Tay Hollins, triple on the way, good. Tay Hollins' first basket of the ball game. 105-84, 90 seconds left to play on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. It has been all Badgers from about the last 5 minutes of the first half. Muwuru's 3 is no good.
I think they're making an attempt to get him into the book.
Jaden Warren the rebound. Dugan Moriboto runner misses. Lemke driving and scoring is Coleman Ford. He's got 14 now.
That was a 1-on-3, then a 2-on-3 fast break, by the way.
And they ended up putting 2 in. 107 for the Badgers. Ryan Wells into the game. Hollins takes it, gets it rejected by Muwuru.
Well, they're getting the book that way with a block.
46 seconds left, 17 on the shot clock. Bailey Enterprises post-game show coming your way next. The CWC men's soccer team heading to the exits. Warren, baseline, spins up top. Tay Hollins doesn't shoot it. Right side, Dugan Moriboto can't get that 3, and the rebound to Muwuru. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock at 107-84 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Boy, 11 lead changes and 2 ties in the first half, and then it went to the avalanche of snow after that, throwing it away right into the hands of Dugan Moriboto. Sal's going to take it to the rack and score it.
That should be your final score, I believe.
7 points for Sal, and holding the ball in the backcourt is Coleman Ford. And this ball game is over, and the 6th-ranked Badgers come to Riverton and win their 12th of the season. They're 12-0 on the year. Also getting into the game was Josh Talman late from Richfield, Utah. Didn't call his name in the offensive fray as well, but Badgers now 12-0 with a 107-86 win over the CWC Rustlers. Largest lead of the game was 31 at one point in the contest, as the Rustlers will drop to 6-7 on the season, and they will be on the road to Sterling, Colorado Friday and Saturday when they take on McCook and Trinidad, 2 of the front runners from the Region 9 South. This has been a presentation.
Who I don't think are as good as this team.
No, I don't believe so either. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media. Stay with us. The Bailey Enterprises post-game show is next. You've been listening to Rustler Basketball from Rustler Radio.
At Fremont Chevy in Riverton, being in the community isn't just how we do business. It's our way of life. We think of our team, our customers, and our local community as one big family. For us, being community partners is more than just a source of great pride. It gives us a deep sense of responsibility. We are excited to bring you the scoreboard for Rustler Athletics on Rustler Media. See Fremont Chevy online and at North Federal Boulevard in Riverton.
Bailey Enterprises is a supporter of CWC Athletic Broadcasts. Bailey's operates Pit Stop Travel Centers, Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Bailey Oil Company, Speedway Cafe, Evergreen Wholesale, and Central Wyoming Transportation. All can be found online at BaileyTire.com. Stick around for Bailey's postgame show after the game.
This is the Rustler Basketball postgame show brought to you by Bailey Enterprises here tonight, as we are going to have a couple of quick interviews with a couple of players here coming up, and we'll do that first. and foremost, and we'll put that one on them. You can stay where you're at, Wyatt. Just hand them the microphone behind you there. And Vince Tedeschi and Lucas Engel are going to jump in here. Lucas, come on over here. This is the you're gonna be on your feet for just a little bit longer, Vince. Sorry, you just run around the whole game. We make you come stand up in the post-game show here. But Vince Tedeschi is in the press box with us after this one, and 11 lead changes and 2 ties in the first half, and yet it was still a 14-point game at halftime. What was the attitude? What was the mood going into the halftime locker room?
There's no formula to what we had to do tonight. We just had to play hard, and we didn't come out here and give our 100%. So that's why they went on those runs, and we weren't the team we are. So, yeah.
How was this game different than the one at Snow?
The one at Snow, we competed. Yeah, tonight we didn't compete, I don't think.
Yeah, they scored 80 last time, 107 here tonight.
Yeah.
And it seemed like, and Lucas, I'll maybe have you jump in and talk too here real quick, but it seemed like they could do it in a different ways. Download a triplet at times, and then they seem to find wide open threes later too.
Yeah, well, they're a good team, and good teams can do it all. So, and that's why they're number 6 in the nation, because they can shoot, they can drive, they're athletic all around.
This, as coach, I'm sure will say when you guys get back in there again, is that this doesn't derail you from the goal.
No.
And that's the 2 games you got this weekend.
Yeah.
I guess on the way to the goal. So, 2 more Region 9 South teams. When he wants to talk about, going on the road last week, beating NJC at home first, and then going on the road and getting those 2 road wins had to feel real good.
Yes, sir.
It felt good, especially, because those games, I don't want to say they matter more, but they kind of do matter more because those are people that are in our region. We're going to have to see them down the road, possibly. So it just feels to get a feel for them better and get a win against them so they remember us.
Right. Vince, you want to add to that?
Yeah, a lot of people look at our record, and they think that reflects us as a team. We played a lot of high-level teams, like as you can see tonight, and basically, like when we go out on road trips, we just basically try to get our name out, like we mean business this year, and I think we did that.
Yeah. Like I said, you guys shot well, you played well that first half, and even as well as it played, was still found yourselves down 14 at half.
Yeah.
What happened the second half? They just came out, and Joel always talks about it, but what happens in the second half? Do you get it closer, or does it get away from you a little bit? And unfortunately, it got away from you guys a little bit.
Our whole goal was come out, get a little closer, shovel the lead down, but things didn't work out for us. They went on a run, and our biggest problem, I think, was turning the ball over tonight.
Which is what a good team does and makes you do.
Yeah. We played them before. There's nothing really too hype about them. Their ranking really doesn't mean nothing. But they play really good team basketball, and I don't think we played that tonight. But, we're a good team, and we're going to show a lot of people that this year.
All right. Lucas, you want to add to that?
No, I think he covered it all there. We're still here. This doesn't change anything. This doesn't change the goal.
Exactly.
And it's not going to change the outcome.
A lot of people still got to see us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's going to be exciting when you guys get into the conference play. Of course, you still have some more games with Region 9 South teams coming here after Christmas. Vince, what's plans for the holiday break? You get to go home?
Yeah, just go home, work out a little bit, and then spend time with my family all the time. I'm missing out being down here.
Right.
Yes,
Lucas, you going to make the 8 or 9 block trip home?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to, mosey on home for the holidays, sleep a lot,
Friday against McCook, I believe, 1:30?
Yes, sir.
Somewhere in there. And then Saturday against Trinidad, who I think might be the Region 9 front runner right now, and they may host this whole shoot match because the South gets to host it. So how are finals going?
Good. Everything's good, That's actually a team thing where we're all getting our grades up, locking in the classroom and in the gym. So this is like the big week for us, a really big week for us.
Lucas, you too?
Oh, yeah. They're tiring me out, but, we got to do them.
All right. Shout-outs to anybody?
My family, my mom, my sister, my friends, the bros. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Lucas?
Family, girlfriend, brothers, all of the above.
All right. You guys are easy. Thanks. Lucas Engel, Vince Tedeschi coming up in our post-game show. It is the Bailey Enterprises post-game show. And final score once again was 107-86 was your final here tonight. Thank you guys for coming up. And there's some cleaning solution if you want to put that on your headphones after the fact with our sweaty post-game guests that come up here tonight. And take a look at some final team numbers in your Bailey Tire and Auto Service post-game show. And the final team numbers of things right now is this Badgers would shoot 59% in the ball game, and Central would shoot 47%, which, like I said, is not bad at all to be shooting 47%, but they shot 59%, and they did so by shooting 11 more shots than did the Rustlers. 75 shots for the Badgers, 64 for the Rustlers, and they went 59%. They hit 75% of their free throws, 6 of 8. Central hit 12 of 14, 86% from the free throw line. Three-pointers, Central ends up 45% from 3, 14 of 31 from the arc. On the other side, the Badgers would shoot 48%, as they went 13 of 27 in the ball game. They out-rebounded the Rustlers 41-26. By my stats, Central with 14 turnovers, 8 of them in the second half, 12 turnovers by the Badgers, and 8 of their turnovers came in the second half of the game as well.
I thought the game was interesting. In fact, they attacked the inside. How many times did they go like 2-on-1 with layups at the start of the ball game? CWC tries to adjust to that. The threes are wide open. They rain those in on us. And then the second half, I think we're attacking the boards maybe because they're out rebounding us. That allows them to, release players, and they do, and they just run layup drills for a while as well.
Got a stat.
They're a very strong team.
Yeah, and both of those gentlemen mentioned that in the postgame there. But here's a stat that comes from the bench down there: 43 fast break points, 22 points off turnovers, 58 points in the paint, 11 second chance points, and the bench scored 47 for the Badgers tonight.
Those are all recipes to not win if you're the other team.
Yeah, for sure. Bench got 36 tonight from the Rustlers, led by Sam Marbury's 21, a new high for Sam. King Solomon led the way with 26 tonight, as he had 6 3-pointers. Coach Schmidt sending up Lucas and Vince, and appreciate them coming up. Sam Marbury with 21, 7 for Vince Tedeschi, 7 for Julian Roberts, 6 for De La Cruz, 7 for Duga Moroboto off the bench here today. Tay Hollins had 3 as well. Lucas Engel had 2 in the ball game. So the bench coming up, I got 38 bench points for the Rustlers.
But with this other team, the bench and the starters is almost indistinguishable.
Right.
And that's a sign of a really good team.
6 Badgers in double figures, led by Dylan Jones, Max Triplett, and Isaac Finlinson, all with 15 apiece. Coleman Ford had 14, 11 from Gage Savage, and 10 for Noah Lemke in the ball game. As I mentioned, they out-rebounded Central 41-26 unofficially, with 6 each for Triplett and Finlinson in the ball game. And actually, Isaac Garrett had 8. Perhaps. So Snow wins at 107-86.
How crazy. We were hanging there for like the better part of the first half, and then after that we were pretty much snow plowed.
Badgers win it. They're now 12-0 with a 107-86 win. Central now 6-7 on the season. Central back at it 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday when they'll take on McCook. That'll be from Sterling, Colorado. We'll post links on the Facebook pages to watch those games. They'll then play the front runner and favorite perhaps of hosting Region 9, the Trinidad State Trojans, coming up on Saturday afternoon. Big thanks to Skylar Anderson and also to Noah Marshall, our camera operator, and our directors. Noah and Meta Nikoloff, our new media instructor. Francis Obakoya, our engineer. For Joel Kendall, Wyatt Barichka, I'm John Gabrielson. This has been a presentation of Rustler Media. We'll send you back to programming on 88.1 Rustler Radio. Happy New Year. We'll see you again January 5th from Rustler Gym when CWC's men are back out there on the court. This has been a presentation of 88.1 Rustler Radio.
Support of Rustler Athletics comes from Sutherland's on North Federal Boulevard in Riverton. Whether you have a minor repair or a large project, take advantage of Sutherland's many rewards.